But first, the city of Madison orders a review of how its police department is run. The move by the city council follows the shooting death of 19-year-old Tony Robinson at the hands of Madison police officer Matthew Kenny.
Now, the DA cleared him of any wrongdoing, but now a committee will look at how the police department runs and if changes need to be made. Leah Lynchai joins us with what those options could be. Leah?
Eric and Michelle, since Tony Robinson's death, the conversation has often centered on police use of force and when it's okay. Now a community task force will decide if Madison police are using that policy properly, but legally they can't do much to change when and where officers decide to pull their guns.
Is there a second?
Tuesday night's council meeting created a mountainous mission for one group of Madison citizens: sift through the policies and practices of the police.
Are there better ways to do things? And if there are, what are they?
But one policy in particular, police use of force, could pose an uphill battle for the committee, since making changes to the practice coincides with federal law.
The Supreme Court has established a legal standard that's used in terms of what is an acceptable use of force. And so you've got that standard, and you really can't deviate too far from it.
City Attorney Michael May will ultimately advise the council on what potential changes are legal. And he says legal changes to use of force are few and far between.
How exactly you train your officers to fall within that range or that standard that was established by the Supreme Court still gives you some leeway in terms of exactly what you train them to do and how you train them to react.
That's the standard that cops are trained in throughout the country. So you can't very well just sort of discard it to the curb and say we're going to do something different.
Chief Mike Koval has publicly opposed changes to use of force, but council members insist everything should be examined.
Maybe it's different methods or weapons. You know, you hear about rubber bullets. Well, maybe rubber bullets are something that we should be looking at. I mean, I don't know.
Still, imposing any changes to use of force might require moving mountains.
They can try to scale that Mount Everest, but that's not going to happen.
Now, who will sit on the ad hoc committee hasn't been decided yet. Mayor Soglin told us today the committee will be put together in the next several weeks. The members will make recommendations for any changes to the police department next year in July. Then the mayor, city council, and the police chief will decide whether to implement those changes.
All right, Leah Lynchai reporting for us tonight. Leah, keep us posted.